unedited. You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited.
Mhm. Come on in, come on in.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Eating on them cherries. You know, once you get them cherries in your mouth, you got to keep eating them. They like pistachios. You can't just eat one. All right, people, it cut me off early today. I was going live. I was in my groove. Hopefully, I can get back in my groove. You know, I ain't gonna complain. I'm just thank God to be living. What good is it gonna do? Have me around here looking like an old man that I am. I tell you, I appreciate you guys. Don't think I don't. I'm here to celebrate, not just tolerate, but I'm here to celebrate. Celebrate black people. I tell you, I don't have to wait till February of next year to celebrate my blackness. You know, some people only get excited in February and on Juneteenth. You know, those 2 days they get excited about being black. Rest of the year they talking down on blacks. Nothing good can come from blacks. All right, come on in. There's a war going on in our minds against the man and the woman, the male and the female. There's a competition thing going on. Who can make the most money? Who can who can be in control? That's what I think it's all about. Who's in really in control? I know y'all don't want to hear this, but we got to tell the truth and shame the
Tell
devil.
the truth and shame the devil.
Somebody said I pay my own bills, got my own career and my own car and my own property. Ain't no man gonna tell me what to do and come and go. I wear what I please and do what I want, go and come and go as I please. That sounds like a masculine energy there, though. Oof, I'll tell you. I wonder where your husband, if you got one, or is he? Where is he at? Where he at? Did you run him off? Or is he downstairs, locked up in the basement, being quiet, playing video games? Where is he at? Where is he? Oh no, y'all don't want to hear this type of talk, but I got to say it. I'm not afraid to say it. Not afraid to say it. Somebody got to say it. My father used to tell me all the time. Everybody want to eat steak, but somebody got to cut the cow. And for those that you are vegans and vegetarians out there, if you want to eat fruits and vegetables, somebody got to go out there and plant the seed and till the ground and plant the seed and water it. And then even after that, somebody got to go out there and pick it. Pick the kales, the greens and the cabbage and the carrots and the onions and the potatoes and the sweet potatoes. Somebody got to go out there and do it. So what I'm telling you, somebody got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Somebody got to be fearless. Somebody got to be able to take take the stares of the people, the talking and the giggling and the making jokes and gestures. Somebody got to take it. Somebody got to take it. Somebody got to take it, people. We walking around here, the men thinking they women and the women thinking they men. Man, what? How far have we gone? And we calling love is love. Man, how far have we gone, people? We have gone. We gone. I tell you, this is a backwards generation. Backwards. We living in a generation where if you think it, you can do it. And that's not cool. Oh, I know y'all don't want to hear this type of talk, but somebody got to tell you, Martin, I feel like I'm in church. Well, you might as well be in church because you're going to hear it. You listen. God said He going to send forth His word, and when He sent forth His word, it should not It should accomplish that what it's sent forth to do. I tell you, this type of talk will lay down and go to sleep with you. And when you're drinking alcohol, you'll be thinking about it. And then you take another step, you're still thinking about it. Even in your deep sleep, you're going to think about it. Oh, I know I'm telling the truth. Black men and women, we hate each other guts. Not all of us. We competing against one another. Who got the biggest car? Who got the most money in the bank account? And I tell you, and I said it earlier today in my other live, that we are living in the age of Aquarius, where the women got it going on. It's their season. It's their time. I'm not mad at no woman for doing great. I'm here to congratulate, not hate. You have some men that they can't take authority from a woman. They feel like a woman's place is barefooted and pregnant at home. That's where they feel like a woman's place is. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not on here male bashing or female bashing, but I got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Thank God for females, because I came through a female. So if a female didn't exist, I wouldn't be here. I came through the canal of a female. I came through it. So did you. All those of you that's listening to me and hearing me right now, that's looking at me, you came through a female. All right? All right. So don't let us not forget this. Share this video. Don't be selfish. Share this. Somebody need to hear this video. And I want to talk to my strong black women. Strong black woman. Strong black woman. Strong black woman. I got to talk to you. Some of you guys have gotten beside yourself. Oh, yeah. You need to be checked, some of us. Some of the women need to be checked. Now, listen, woman. Nobody's knocking your education. No one is knocking your career success. No one is knocking your automobile. No one is knocking that. But remember, you're not complete without the man, and the man is not complete without the woman. Now, I know a lot of you women consider yourself strong, but your kids are weak. They're out there killing and shooting, robbing and carjacking. And guess what? You turning your head around like you don't even see it. You don't even see it. Just like I'm looking at this sign right here. You don't even see it. What about your children? You said, well, Martin, I'm a single mother. I do what I have to do. Listen, you're a mother. God bless you with those children. You're not going to get a pat on the back from me. You're not going to get a trophy for doing what you're supposed to do. That's what you're supposed to do. Take care and provide for your children. Now, as far as the man that's not in their lives, I don't have anything to do with that. You chose your partner. Well, you said, well, Martin, I was young. I didn't know no better. Well, hey, you made your bed hard. You got to lay in it. Hey, we all have made decisions, moves in life that we regret. Wasn't thinking. I made them. And probably if I keep living, I'm going to make some more. Pray God that I don't. So it's good to have all these material things. It's good to have money. It's good to have prestige and accolades and all that. But don't act like you're doing it by yourself, because some of you got to start. God bless you to have a low income. God bless you to have a subsidized and Section 8, and you spring forward from that. Nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that. But there's a conspiracy in the air. There's a war going on in our minds. I'm talking about black people right now. I'm not comparing us to white people. I'm talking about black men and women. Men, we are not doing a good job on protecting our black women. We're not doing it. One time, I was super proud in my lifetime of black men in Ferguson. And I was hearing the women crying, saying, "Where the men at? Y'all got to stand up." And the men went to war. They went to war in Ferguson. I mean, it was the Ferguson effect. They went to war for their women. That happened, and the women was crying and all that. Where the men at to stand up? Man, the men went. Women, let me tell y'all a secret about a man. If you stroke a man's ego, he would be so proud and boastful that he'll kill God if God came in front of him. And I know I shouldn't say a statement like that, but it's real. It's real. You got to know how to be in league without being in front. You got to make the man thinking that he's calling shots, but in reality, he's not. We know who the breadwinner is. We know who calling the shots behind the scenes. We can see it. You don't have to boast. I remember one of my friends, him and his lady, they bought a house. And she kind of like secretly told me, "I bought this house. He ain't had nothing to do with this house." And to me personally, I just looked at her and I never said anything to him. And I was saying, that's too much information. You know, I was saying earlier, you have couples that's living in the same house, both shacking, both married, and they sleep in separate rooms. Is it because they don't love each other? Is it because they're tired of each other? Or they hiding a secret? What is it? What is it, people? Now listen. Our parents did things when we were little that we did not approve of, but when we got grown, we was able to put it together. We was able to put it together. And at the funeral, some of these funerals, let me just speak in general, some of our fathers had a second family that we didn't know anything about. We at the funeral and we see somebody else crying and boo-hoo, and we try to figure out, who is that? I don't know them. That's your brother and sister, your father's secret that he never told you that he had. When he got with your mother, he denied his children, his first children. He told her that he didn't have any children. And he stuck to the lie just to keep the relationship cool between him and his wife. Men should never deny their children. Never, 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 never. Should never do that. You should not allow another woman, even your own wife, stop you from being a father to your own children. Shouldn't do it. I'm talking to men now. Men, we're fascinated with the body of a woman. We're fascinated. The Bible tells us, lust not after her beauty. You know, if we're thinking long term, we won't just go with her body. Let me say this, and I was just had this conversation with my friend. She said, "Martin, lust do not have a gender." I'm going to go further than that. Lust don't even have a race, a nationality. Lust is lust. Lust don't care if you straight or gay, heterosexual, whatever you want to call yourself, trisexual, whatever. Lust. Now we got accusation of another Chicago police officer, a brother, touching and fumbling a prisoner. It's all out there now. Men in blue. People, we got to be careful. Men, if you listen to me and you on these jobs and you like a female, you just keep liking her and don't let it go no further than that. Because if you start dealing with a female on a job, It's just me saying this. And it don't work out. And she go to HR, which is human resources, and say that she's been sexual harassed, no matter if she lying or not. Guess what? You're going to get the axe. They're going to pull the plug on you. The burden of the proof is for you to prove that you wasn't. No company here in America can take that kind of damage control where they saying that women are being harassed in the workplace and they don't do anything about it. So, bro, I suggest that you leave sister alone. Well, Martin, she be choosing me. She bring me lunch. She treat me nice. She give me rides. Brother, leave that alone if you want your job. Leave it alone. Take it from a wise man. Leave it alone. Don't mix the two, brother. Leave your neighbors alone. Leave your co-workers alone. Leave your church sisters alone. Leave them alone. Respect the sisters. Not just your sisters, all sisters. Respect them. I remember I was calling some women, some BICTHs once upon a time in my life, and the brother walked up to me. He said, "Don't you got a mama?" Well, I said, "I had one." He said, "Well, your mama that what you just called them." And I looked at him like he crazy. No, he about 6'9". I'm 6'1". I'm like, well, why would he say something? I'm like, okay, I understood what he's saying. So now I don't call the women that. Now, I'm not saying a thought may not come in my mind, but I don't entertain it. You can't stop the thoughts from flying over, the birds from flying over here, but when they land, you can brush them off. And that's what I do. Brother, don't deny your children because you got that pretty lady. Don't deny your children. They didn't ask to come here. Brother, don't play broke. Don't play broke when it comes to your babies. They need you. They need you, brother. Your daughters, your son, they need you. They need to be able to feel you. They need to be able to hold you. They need to be able to call you. Well, I can't get along. I can't stand her mama. Well, you laid down with her. You had a baby with her. You should have kept him in them pants or something. You should have kept a condom on. Put it on. The baby is here now. Nothing you can do but be a father. Stand up, brother. Well, you say, well, Martin, I ain't got no money. I ain't got no job. Guess what, bro? Go get your baby. Take your baby to the lakefront. You play in the sand. Take it to the swing, to little parks. That don't cost a quarter, brother. And if you ain't got no bus fare, get a bike. Rent a bike or something. A divvy bike. Spend some time with your daughter and your son. They need you. Mama, you mad at him because he don't want you no more? He moved on, and so you're going to punish him so he can't see his babies? That's what you're going to do? That's how you get out? Is that how you get out? Now, you got the right, mom, and say, hey, I don't need no man. I don't want no man. That's your right. But what about your children? They need a man in their life. Well, they got their uncles. They got their fathers. They got their grandfather. They need their father. Well, Martin, I don't trust him. He have all type of women coming around, and I don't want my baby to be all around the women and all that. Well, make it some supervised visits. You could do that if you choose to. Brothers, how dwelleth the love of God in you when you can take care of another woman's children and yours sitting out here with no Pampers, barely eating, no school clothes, winter clothes in the summertime, In the wintertime, don't have a big coat, no book bags, or nothing. And you got these nice $2,000 rims on your automobile. You got this $3,000 sound system with color TVs in the visor and on the back of the seat. Brother, you keep loud on the deck, but you can't do nothing for your daughter, your son. You can't make a sacrifice. You can't sacrifice $25, $30. You can't sacrifice 2 hours out of a whole week. You get 24 hours in one day. You can't pick up a telephone and say, hey, son, hey, daughter, I know I've been missing in action, but I want to let you know I love you. No matter what, I love you. Can you let them hear your voice? But you so afraid of your new woman because you done lied to her. You done told her that you don't have no babies, no other babies nowhere. You got her thinking she the only one. Only baby mama. Maybe soon to be wife. Brother, you dead wrong. And I'm wrong if I agree with you. I'm wrong too if I agree with that type of behavior. You ain't got to have no money, brother. Spend some time. Love on your son, love on your daughter, instill in some things to them so they won't take the path that you took. Well, you say, well, Martin, she won't let me see him. She won't let me talk. Well, you better start working on the court. Get them in court. Fight. You fight in these streets. You carrying pistols. Anybody ready to come up on you, ready to shoot. Why can't you have that same mentality of fighting to see your son and your daughter? Brothers, I'm talking to the brothers right now. All right, brothers. I know it's tough. You saw her, she saw you. Y'all got together, didn't really know each other. Y'all exchanged fluids. I know. Somebody share this live. Somebody need to hear this. I don't know who need to hear this, but somebody need to hear this. And to any woman out there, know that your boyfriend, your significant other, or your husband have other children out there, and you don't allow them to do anything, or you get upset when he try to do anything for his biological children, you're wrong too, mother. You're wrong. What makes you think that he won't do your children like that if he's doing his first set of children? Brother, that's why it's not good to spread your seed all over the town. It's not good at all. And women, don't be so proud. Don't be so proud to say, I did it all by myself and I'm a single mama. You single because you chose to be single. You got up with a bum and you didn't demand nothing from him. You didn't get a chance to know him from the neck on up. See what's in his mind. See what his appetites are. Take your time. I know you want to rush things, but sometimes it's not cool. You say, well, Martin, I want to test that out, see what it do. I don't want to be with nobody if they can't perform in the bed. Guess what? Take this. I'm going to give you an example. You might get a man that's not so good sexually in the bedroom, but guess what? He come home every night. He bring you flowers. You can trust him around your children. If you whatever need, he's there for you. Now here you go. Here's another man that come. He give you great sex. He don't have no money. He fight you in front of your children. He always have weed smoking with you. He want to drive your car, drop you off so you can go work and drive all your gas out. And talk about all the people who are afraid of him and how much power he got in these streets. But he's not contributing anything to you but sex. That's it. Your mother died. He didn't even come to the funeral. Your brother was in a car crash. Your brother always come over, smoke with him, kick it with him. He didn't give him a call or anything. Go by and see him or nothing. Choose wisely, my dear sister. You got to weigh things out. You said, well, Martin, if he can't please me in the bed, I don't know. I'm going to take my chance with old boy. I know he ain't nothing. You might take a chance with your life too. Because everybody probably looking for him. Want to kill him. And they see him in your car. And they come along and bam, 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 bam. Guess what? He know to lean back. You don't know to lean back. I'm talking tonight, ladies. There's a war. There's a clashing of minds between the males and the females. We got to get it right. We got to get it right. We have to get it right. With your beautiful self. You're educated. You're smart. You're successful. You have property. You have a career job. No man. What's wrong? You're half naked. You got your BBL done. Now you're in the mirror every day looking at yourself, going home to your teddy bear. You're going home to your little poodle or your big pit bull. No man. You can't even go on the job function. They picnics and Christmas parties because you have no one to go with. Can't nobody get along with you. You got too much masculine energy for a real man to stay in your life. Yes, he'll come and exchange fluids for you. After that, it's over with. He'll never marry you. You're too pushy. You're too bossy. You're too demanding. You like to push. You like to shove. You like to aggravate. No real man gonna put up with that. I'm just telling you, ladies. Y'all know I love you. Nobody gonna put up with that. You got to go get you a bomb in the shelter. Somebody that's homeless is gonna sit there, ain't gonna say nothing. They're gonna play video games all day. Wait for you to come home to cook. I said it on one of my other programs. You got you a baby man. You taking care of a man like a baby. When he get upset, he come crying to you. Here you go with your nurturing spirit. Now the feminine coming out of you. You nurturing a baby man. The only thing he got to bring to the table is some sex and some weed that he claim he's selling, but never can't pay a bill. He always short on a cable bill or the light bill. I'm talking about the baby man. Now here you go, brother. You risky, my DL brother. You don't know if you want a girl or a boy. You can't come out the closet because it's too embarrassing. I had a friend told me, he said, Martin, everybody know their own appetite. Every man and every woman know their appetite at the end of the day. I don't care what you land next to, what you holding hands with, you know your appetite. You know what you lust after. You know what you long after. You know it. And I believe your spouse know it too. They know it too. I'm going to tell y'all people, we living in some strange times. They calling sex love. Sex is not love, people. I told you earlier, a prostitute, both male and female, can sex you up and make you feel good. Do that mean they love you? No. They can perform any sexual act. That's not love. You'll find out when somebody loves you, when they go the extra mile for you and do things for you. Listen, loyalty goes a long way. When you're dealing with a man or a woman that can cheat on you without you even knowing it. I mean, really, they can cheat on you without you even knowing it. And they don't do it. That's a loyal man or woman. That's loyalty. Because some of you that's listening to me, if you think that you can get away with it, you'll pull it. You'll pull it. You will pull it. Those of you that know you can get away with it and don't do it, I praise you. Blessings. Both man and woman. That's how you know you're down for your man and woman, when you know you can pull it and get away with it, and you don't do it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not saying temptation is not out there. Yes, temptation is out there. The golden rule, do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. Now, if you know you out there sleeping around, don't be complaining with your spouse if he or she doing the same thing. You're doing it. Why would you hold somebody to a standard that you're not living up to it yourself? I'm just keeping this real, people. Y'all know I got to tell the truth and shame the devil.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
We gonna leave this place one day. We don't know how we gonna leave this place. We don't know if we're gonna leave in a plane crash or a drowning, a car accident, a cardiac arrest, or a gunshot fight. We don't know. Sickness, we don't know. Always tell God, may I be found not guilty when I leave this life. People, when I leave this life, I want to make a footprint of greatness, of servanthood. I'd rather have a good name than great riches. That's what the scripture says. A lot of us know people that got money, that have money, rightfully so, but their word is no good. You can't trust them. They'll buy a friend or two. The scripture said a man that have wealth have many friends. One thing about wealth, you can't take it with you. Your wealth is only temporarily in this life. That body that you listening to me, that you watching me in right now, is temporarily. I don't care if you're a vegan, vegetarian, whatever you want to call yourself, you're going to leave this place. You're going to check out of this body. Now, that don't mean that you go out there and drink and poison your body and do all of that. Don't mean, I'm not saying that. But we don't want to hurry the process. We want to make sure that we leave an imprint in this life. We want to know that we educate our children and leave them some things. Oh, I got a call. I didn't know I had a caller, people. Hey, caller. Oh, okay. Come on in, caller. 9433. Come on. Come on, caller.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, how you doing? That sound like is that who is that, Keenan? Who's that? Who is this? Hello?
9433.
Oh, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
I know who this is. Okay, I know who you are.
Good. I was just trying to recognize the voice. Go ahead, my dear sister.
I called to tell you yes. We only living down here on Marble Sands, and a lot of people need to get themselves together. Meaning, you need to get your house in order.
That's all you call us to tell us. You should have had more than that. I could have
and,
kept talking. That's all you got to say.
and everything you down here with the material stuff, you can't take none of this stuff with you. I never saw a Brinks truck go behind a hearse right up in the cemetery. I never saw it.
Okay. Okay. All right. Did you share?
So what?
Did you share this video?
Huh?
Did you share this video?
Yeah, you know I do always do.
Okay, share this
I,
video.
I was trying to get on last night, but my medication, it was
That's okay.
like
You,
messing with me.
that's cool. That's okay. I mean, you ain't got to get on every night. You got to let some of these newcomers come on here. They need to get on
Right,
here
you right.
and
You
find out and see how a man operate. A man operate.
right. A real man.
That's
A
it.
real man.
That's it. I got another
A
caller
real man.
too. Another
Do
caller.
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That might be my partner. Somebody
Okay.
6557. Come on, caller. 6557. They just popped in and listened to the prompts. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. And Martin, keep up the good work. You doing an awesome job.
No, I'm doing
Keep
what
up
I'm
the good
supposed.
work.
I don't even call it good work. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. That's what I
No,
say that.
no,
I'm doing what I'm supposed to
no.
do.
God has anointed you to that call. So you answered the call.
Yeah. All right, 65,
Yeah.
6557. Come on, caller.
Hey, Ryan, it's Kingdom Nicole.
Hey, Ken, that's what I thought it was at first, Kenny Nicole. Hey, Ken, how you doing? Help me out here.
I'm good.
Help
How
me
are
out
you?
here. Help me out here, sister. Help me out. Come on.
All right. I want to put a spin on everything that you said. I'm touching and agreeing, but I want people to understand nobody is perfect, right? So I
Mhm.
want everybody to know whoever may have done something and they feeling convicted, guess what? You can't change it, but what you can do from this moment going forward is to make it better. So that's the point I wanted to bring home too.
And guess what? I agree with you 100% because guess what? I have made some mistakes in this life. I tell you, if I can
Me
take
too,
it back,
Martin.
if I can go back into the hands of time and change it, but you know what? I look at it like this. It was a learning lesson. I asked myself, what did I learn? What did I
hmm
learn from the mistakes that I did? You know, what
You
did I
know what,
learn?
Martin? You said something a few days ago, and I was like, I'm the same way. I feel the same. It's like if I had to do everything all over again, being totally honest with you, I don't know if I would change it because guess what? All of them situations, all of those setups that I was in brought me to the here and the now. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And if I change up, my outcome may be different.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
right.
like, I don't regret nothing. I learned some stuff, and guess what? In knowing better, you do better. And guess what? That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's why I'm talking to the
But you
men.
got some people, I'm sorry.
Go ahead, sister.
You got some people who feel so bad about things that they did. And I'm like, so what, you going to hold yourself to what you did for the rest of your life? You're not going to let yourself live because of something that you did before? Come on now, you can't do that. You can't do that. You got to move on, do better. And guess what? If you see somebody and you see them going in a direction that you went in, I feel like it's our duty too. Hey, you know what? I've been there. The outcome may not be good. Maybe you want to rethink that.
Mm-hmm.
That's like you talked about planting seeds.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. Well, let me ask you a question. Let me ask both of you ladies a question. Now, a lot of people, grown people our age, you know, some of you guys in 40s, I'm in my 50s, and we associate good sex with love. Why we do that? Why we do that? There's some grown folks that do that. They fall in love with everybody they meet, instant. What's up with that?
You know, I know a girl. She literally just told me this a little bit ago. The guy that she was dating, a real cool guy, but she said she couldn't mess with him because he wasn't endowed. I'm like, but if you need anything, this guy's right there. He a guy that work every day. He come home if, you know what I'm saying? But you want that one that got his pants sagging, and I'm not knocking nobody for nothing they do. I ain't a judge, I ain't a jury, but I'm like, girl, find something else to do. Figure out some innovative ways. Be creative in there. You can get past that. You definitely can. Because what is it if you got great sex, but outside of the bedroom having sex, you're miserable?
Yeah. Let me say this.
I don't make sense.
As a man, I'll say this. Even if you with a woman, I'm speaking as a man, with great sex, it's still a strong possibility that you can get used to it and start taking it for granted. It's no more exciting. Seriously. I'm just saying. Seriously.
Mark,
go ahead.
I would rather have a gentleman. I would rather have a gentleman than a thug. I would rather have a grown man than a thug.
Mm-hmm. Most of these women here that go, let me say this. Most of these women that go from man to man, that's listening to me right now, you ain't never had a man to give you some flowers. Some of y'all ain't never had a man to bring you some flowers. You got to wonder why. I ain't talking about marrying you, just bring you some flowers.
Well, Martin, most of this young generation don't know about dating.
No, ain't no young. It's some old folks too. There's a lot of single older women. 40 and 50 ain't got nobody.
You know what? I love myself. I date myself. I love everything about me. And life is like a book. Life is like a book. And just how Cinnamon Cole said, we all not down here perfect. So everything is a learning experience. You live, you learn.
Somebody said, they said, Martin, I didn't know you were taking calls. I didn't know I was either. I'm just on here. But if they call in, I'll take it. And let me just say this, ladies.
I didn't know either, Mark.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It got quiet. I say, ain't nobody call. I said, I'm just going to keep on talking.
Right.
Listen, okay. 87. Let me, hold on, y'all. Let me just let the number play out so they can call. Call in number 872-299-0808 or 872-297-6389. Yeah. All right. Now, I said earlier too, men out here chasing for these nice bodies, and the women are chasing these wallets. And that's something that's terrible. That is terrible. And I'm gonna tell you, lust is powerful, people. My partner, she always loved to hear me say this. Lust is like, this is what lust is like, people. Lust is like a pitcher of water pouring it in a glass with no bottom. I don't care if you can clean, you can do, you know what? You can iron, wash, be submissive, but if that man got lust in his heart, there's nothing that you can do. He can just getting up off you, and you can perform everything that he desired in his mind that he wanted in the bed, and he'll still get right up and go look at another one, go be with another woman. And you looking at yourself like, what's wrong? Hold on, you looking at yourself like, what's wrong with me? There's nothing wrong with you, sister. Well, I'm going to get me a BBL. No, ain't nothing wrong with you, sister. It's just you have a lustful man. he's no good to you, not only to you, but himself. He a dangerous man. He have a
Right.
sexual appetite out of this world that you cannot satisfy. It's almost like a bisexual man or a bisexual woman. They like both of the best worlds, I would say. Can't no one sex satisfy them at all unless you're willing to bring somebody else in the bedroom. And that's between you and him and God. Now, I don't want to know. Don't want to know. I can care less what people do in the bed. That ain't none of my business. But I'm just putting it out there. Putting it out there. All right, I think I got Sarge on. Let me see what Sarge got to say. Come on, Sarge. I think that's you. Come on, Sarge.
Man, if you don't tell people to call in, they ain't calling in.
Well, at that time I was talking. I didn't care if they didn't call in at that time.
I know you
I
was
was
talking, so
yeah.
what? Nobody calling. It's like, okay, Martin doing his Martin thing. We don't know to call in unless you say, callers call in and holler at me.
All right. What's your favorite saying? Talk to me, don't talk to me. Talk to me quick, don't talk to me slow. What's your favorite saying?
Yeah, I tell him, I said, talk to me quick, don't talk to me slick.
Okay, go ahead. Let me hear what you got to say, man.
See,
Come on, what you got to say?
When you was talking about with the spending time with the kids earlier thing, well, if you was talking to my son and asked him, what about your daddy taking you to Marquette Park fishing? The first story he gonna tell you is, I don't know nothing about no damn fishing. You know, I grew up without a father, but I'm like, I'm gonna have fun with you doing what I never could do with my dad, right?
Mm-hmm.
We out there fishing, trying to catch some catfish.
Okay.
Caught a turtle.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Turtle bit on that thing. He a cranking and cranking. You know, I'm thinking, oh, he think he got a whop on here. You know, he's about like 5, 6 years old. Ooh, it's a big one, Dad. Ooh, it's a monster. He reeling and reeling. I'm like, well, let me go get the net. I scooped something about the net and something went. I was like, hey, Dad, we can't take that. What is it? That's some kind of turtle. Let me cut this fishing line. Get up out of here. Turtles. That might be a snapping turtle, anything. I don't know nothing about no turtles. We're out here trying to catch fish.
Sarge, I want to ask you a question real quick.
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to be totally honest with me.
I sure will be.
Women, listen to this. And I have not talked to you about this. We've never discussed this. It's a personal question I want to ask, but it's not bad. When you was growing up and you said you didn't have your father in your life, how did that make you feel? Did you feel neglected? Did you feel incomplete? I mean, just tell in your own words. In your own words,
Martin,
tell me.
That hurt my soul. See, when I was going to Hinton, it's Martin Luther King Grammar School now. What they used to do is they separate the kids. The ones that they knew, okay, your daddy done died. When they had Father's Day and we was drawing Father's Day cards, and it's always right before we get out of school. I used to hate the end of school because it ended in June. And the last thing we would do in June would make Father's Day cards. See, and they put us all over in this corner of the room. Well, make one for if you got an uncle or you got this one or you got that one. Man, don't nothing replace Daddy. That hurt my soul. But you know what? That made me the great father I became. Because, see, I know how it feels to not have. And I'm like, mine, I never want to experience that feeling that I felt. Kids running out of school, basketball game, the father's out there, and you looking at them kids and they got a daddy, and you want to cry because you feeling like you less than a kid because you ain't got no daddy. Boy, you talking about a hurt? That's a hurtful thing, Martin. That's a hurting thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm giving you the truth.
I believe
And see, like when I be on the little YouTube panels, and you get them young dudes be trying to buck up, I rip their soul out with one question. What's your daddy birthday? What they got to do with it? No, that nigga, I'm like, bro, why you getting mad? I just asked you a simple question. What's your daddy birthday? They don't know their daddies. And they go bat crazy because they hurt, Martin.
Mm-hmm.
And see, I know that hurt.
Now,
but see,
hold it right there.
I experienced because my daddy died. It ain't like my daddy up and left me.
Hold it right there, Sarge. And the reason why I asked you that, because I wanted the mothers that's listening. Here's a man in his 60s. In his 60s, he remember. He's sharing his own experience. Now, we didn't set this up.
Sure didn't.
I didn't know I was going to go this route. So I don't know what it's like not to have a father growing up. I've always had my father in my life. Always. So, but I want to let you know, you mothers know. You see this hurt, you see this pain is going to follow your children for the rest of their life.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a man 60-some years old, still remember that pain.
And my father died when I was 3.
3 years old. Okay, let me go to this next caller. Hold on. Keena Nicole. Keena, you there?
Yeah, Martin, I'm here.
What do you think of what I just said, what I asked Sarge? What's your thoughts on that as a woman?
I think it's important. I mean, like, I'm married now, and my boys, they belong to my husband, but my daughter, she came from somebody different. And even though we didn't get along, because I didn't have my daddy around like that, I told him no matter what, you come around your baby. My daughter is feeling that right now because he wasn't around. And you know, I'm not trying to bash my sisters, but a lot of them are getting mad because them guys, they might be total bums. I don't know. But that ain't got nothing to do with the kid. And I know that sounds like a double standard because a mom is going to protect her baby no matter what. But I'm like, you can't bash the dad. The kid, if they don't figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Kids need 2 parents. That's what I'm saying. I see the difference. And my daughter not having her daddy around full time because he thought to do other stuff. And I'm like, now she's an adult. She's 21. She don't want to be bothered with him. You know, and I think that's sad. Me and my daddy, we got cool. I guess you can say we cool when I turned 27. I'll be 48 Sunday. And I'm like, yeah. It's really messed up. And my grandmother, when my mama wasn't around, she didn't keep me away from my daddy. That was a choice he made. But now, his whole thing to everybody, I got a daughter, I got to see my grandkids. Okay, well, see your daughter and your grandkids. He still don't do it. I'm like, well, you know, that's you. We gonna keep living regardless. You know what I'm saying? But people need the mama for certain stuff, and you need the daddy for certain stuff. That's just how it go, bottom line. I mean, people may disagree, and that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But if it was just meant for us to have one parent, then it would only take one parent to have a kid. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, mom and daddy.
We will be asexual reproductive.
Exactly. But it's meant to have that mom and that dad. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Now, sister, I could tell you something. I bet you can relate to this. And I'm going to keep it short. Martin. Now, you know, I told y'all about my bonus daughter, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, her oldest, when this girl was 9 years old, we used to babysit her because her mother had to go out 30 days in the woods and everything, but we didn't go out at the same time, right? That girl used to wet the bed and put stuff in the closet and didn't want to bathe herself and this and that. So I had to call and get them to let her come out. I'm like, her child is going through something. She need to come back home, right?
Mm-hmm.
She went, and the woman I married to at the time was like, I'm gonna take her to school. And Stephanie came in, was like, little girl, you smell like a goat. Put her in that doggone bathtub, this and that. And I thought about stuff she told me in the past, right? And I told her, I said, that girl wants her daddy.
Mm-hmm.
How you figure that? I said, you said he paid child support. He in the Army just like all of us. But I remember you telling me, he said, look, I was dipping out on my wife. I got you pregnant. Okay. Here's the money. I don't want nothing to do with you or her. That girl knows she got a daddy. She didn't make herself. And about 2 years later, the girl went to visit her daddy for the first time. Fast forward to today, that girl is in college right now. Her daddy was at her high school graduation. That's the first time I met her. When she was going to the, what do they call that when you go to orientation? Her daddy was dead. Daddy been in the pocket. Because, see, daddy didn't realize what that girl was going through. See, I know what it feels like to not have. And I told her. And she understood it because, see, her mom died when she was 9 years old. So it just instantly clicked. See? So in the scheme of life, it was really meant for that woman and I to come into each other's organic space so that we could help each other navigate our way through this thing called life. See, there's people that listening to Martin's show right now. They don't even know why they're listening to it. You're listening to it for a reason. You were drawn here because it's going to be something you're going to hear that's going to help you navigate through life.
Right.
I agree. Because if you got to listen here, you're going to listen. You're going to learn something on this place, on this station. Because, y'all know I tell the truth. We all tell the truth and shame the devil. We talk about hard things. People don't want to talk about the alphabet community. They're afraid to talk about it. Oh, you can't say nothing about them. You listen. Hold on. People afraid to talk about abortion. If you go against abortion, you're a bad person. Just listen. People afraid to talk about racism. People afraid to talk about their children. They don't want to hear nothing about their children. I don't want your son blowing my son away, and I want my son blowing your son away.
See there?
That's right.
Just like that.
That's right.
Over a simple argument, or he cut off in front of somebody, they carrying on like females. Females get emotional like that. You got men that's carrying on like females.
Mm-hmm.
They can't control their emotions. I'm sorry. That's why we have so much trouble out here. Anytime a boy and a man can point a gun and shoot into a crowd of people that have never done anything to them, don't even know you exist in this world, something is wrong with you. You are demon possessed. That's what you are. You are demon possessed. Seriously.
Yeah, I tell you, Martin, you got, because I call them L-gibbets, because if you read the letters, that's what it's spelled, L-gibbets.
We got to call him. Yeah, somebody said role reversal.
I'm going to make this real quick.
No, you can't make it quick.
The L-gibbets.
Hold it, brother.
Okay, all right.
Hold it. 404, area code. 404, area code. Go ahead.
Oh, that's Atlanta.
Come on, caller.
Hey, how you doing, Mark Johnson? I always watch the show, man. And hello.
Yeah, I mean, I just speak up a little bit for me, bro. Speak up a little bit for me.
Oh, okay, hold up. Yeah, I'm calling. Yeah, I'm calling from Atlanta, man. And
Hey,
I
bro.
always watch it. Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can
Can
hear
you talk? Or you whispering or something? Just talk. I want the callers that's online so they can hear you. I can hear you, but go ahead.
you. Hear me now?
Yeah,
You
you get.
can hear me now?
Yeah, yeah. I can hear you. Hope.
Okay. See, growing up, growing up, man, growing up. See, it's about the you got to think the 80s, the 90s, the 60s, and the 70s gone, man. So all the wisdom you didn't get back then, is over with, man. Like the grandmamas and great granddad, they died off years ago. So all you get, your mind, like that's what's wrong with a lot of young dudes nowadays, man. I would hear you say like about the father. My dad, he went up in my life, but it was just the faith of God, man, that made me like
Hey, bro.
appreciate
Hold
all
it,
that
brother.
witness.
Hold it. You got me on
Yes, sir.
speakerphone?
No, sir.
Okay. Cause you still, man. I need you to put some bass in that voice, man. Cause I need you to, man, put it. Put it down. You
You can
said
hear
some.
me now?
Yeah. Put some bass in that voice,
Yeah,
bro.
okay.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
so it's like okay. The wheels of dead and gone, man. So all you didn't get back then is over with. Like it is we living in a time now, man, with the young dudes is like I work with a lot of young dudes where I was with. Like the young dudes now, this is generation where they proven point. And when I was growing up, it wasn't what it was. Like whatever the old folks said, that what it was. We didn't give respect to old folks. Hang out at gas station and stuff. Gas station where you get gas and run off. But nowadays, every time you pull up in the gas station, somebody trying to run, somebody snatching the old lady purse up, doing that, it just the wisdom, them old folk gone, grandmama, big grandma, all these folk, they dead and gone. So all they
So what you trying to say, brother? Brother, tell me what you trying to say.
What I'm saying is, see, when I was growing up, I had big mama, so I had the wisdom. My grandma, she was real spiritual, man.
Okay.
So,
All right. Hold on. Now, okay.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, how old are you, sir?
Oh, 40 years old.
You 40 years old. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
have you ever, in your 40 years, have you ever known people to hang in front of liquor stores?
Listen, never.
I've known.
I'm gonna tell you.
No, I'm answer the question.
I did.
Answer the question.
Yeah, I seen. I seen a couple of folks hanging in front of.
Okay, hold it right there. Hold it right there.
Okay.
Have you ever known
sir.
people snatch people purses?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Have you ever known people to pickpocket people?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever known that people to get killed?
Yes, sir.
Have you ever known that people got raped?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So what I'm trying to tell you, I know we came up with Big Mama and all that. I came up with Big Mama and all that. But that don't mean they don't know from right from wrong. And we did, listen, they did things. They did things back in that day too. So they wasn't totally innocent. So when we get on here talking about back in my day, we did, listen, trust me. Sin is sin, wrong is wrong. The same thing they doing. Go ahead.
It was different. Like we
what was it?
Of course. So.
Listen. 99 and 2000 is different, but it's the same thing, bro.
Totally different.
But it's the same thing.
So what I'm saying is, listen. Okay, they would destroy the black community, man. Listen,
brother. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna let you talk. Let me ask you one more question.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Back in the 80s, the 90s, 87, 85, right up in there. Anybody that sold drugs in the black community, you helped destroy the black community. Let me say that again. Anybody that sold crack cocaine, China white, Karachi, any kind of drugs that you sold in the community, you helped destroy the black community. Period. That you cannot deny that.
That in a long time.
You cannot deny that. Anytime you put drugs and selling drugs, poisoning people, you are destroying the community. You are part of the problem. I'm saying it. And we did that back in the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s, and right now today.
Yeah.
And guess what? A lot of people looked up to the drug man, the dope man, because of his money and all that. So don't tell me we wasn't that much different from these young folks. And trust me.
See,
go ahead, bro.
I understand what you're saying, but this is what I'm saying. All right, I see it in Atlanta. Like, Atlanta ain't Atlanta no more. It's the new Atlanta. I respect that. Okay. See, I blame the drug dealers from back then or whatever. Listen, when nobody paying attention, when the white people came through with their blueprint, to tear the community down, the project down, move everybody around people that they didn't know. So when once they did that, it became a different type of war, man. Cause you dealing with people that you've never been around. You dealing with people that, oh, you move over here in this hood, this guy him trying to prove a point by this guy. Well, the new generation, they try to prove a point. That's what I'm saying. And that's why a lot of black young men be dying and getting shot and killed. Cause everybody trying to prove a point, man. See, back in the day when I was growing up, when y'all were growing up, it was when your grandmama or granddaddy said something, that was it was. You feel what I'm saying?
Bro,
that's what I'm saying.
Brother, trust me. It wasn't all that structure, bro. Trust me. It wasn't all what you.
I know.
It wasn't all that, man. Listen, grandmama and granddaddy, they was up with the BS. Trust me. My father told me to go out there and get them Negroes a habit. I was a drug dealer. You talking about somebody that I looked up to. He telling me to go out there and get them Negroes a habit. That's dirty, man. That's dirty, bro. What about the pimping game? The pimping game. You exploiting women. The pimping game that's another thing. Hold on, brother.
One of my biggest dreams.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna tell you my biggest dream, man. One day to link up with you, man, and I come to Chicago, man, and we can, you know what I'm saying? I know you got access to like different community centers, man, and we can get the young boys, man, and you know, we can take over gym, man, and basically it always a way, man. You know what I'm saying? To give a lot of folks be like, oh, they ain't gonna listen, none of that. Get one of their favorite rappers in them. And I guarantee every stand in there will be packed. You feel what I'm saying? They need it. Ain't no guidance no more, man. They don't have nobody to talk to. Like when I was growing up, like I couldn't hang with the rich dudes if I didn't go to school or do my homework. So I did my homework because I wanted to hang. But I made sure, that's what I'm saying, we don't have that no more. Like, it's like everybody trying to prove a point. Well, if you ain't driving this, you ain't the man. You ain't got this amount of money in your pocket. You can't fit in with these people over here. So guess what? I work at 9 to 5. That was my way of escaping my background from the hood. Once God put that vision, like it started. I was working in the graveyard, man. So one day I was in the graveyard. I was walking around the whole graveyard. I was looking at different numbers on the tombstone, and I was trying to, as I was looking at them, I was thinking how far it was showing me how far life went back, and I was like, what it was like back then in the 1800s. You know, like I really didn't know what it was like then, cause the only way I knew what it was about or what it was like, if I look at old pictures or, you know, I was like, what is it like? You know, I was looking at it was like, I think it was like 1939 in New York City. I was looking at some old Black history stuff on Facebook. And there was a young dude, young white guy. He was standing on the street, and the guy was taking a picture. And the little white boy, he was looking like back, way back in that time, like he was looking at the man who was taking the picture, like, what's going on?
Brother, if you want, brother, if you want to learn what went on, you got to pick up a book, bro. You got to pick up a book. You got to make a sacrifice. You got to. I'm serious. If you're gonna learn
I'm willing to do whatever.
Listen, bro, you got to pick up a book and get in there and learn history. A lot of people, if I learn history, it ain't making me no money. But history, once you learn history, it empowers you.
Yeah.
It empowers you, brother and sisters. It empowers.
Yeah,
it's
like
necessary.
That.
It empowers you.
I like that.
You got to take time. Listen, anything that you want in this life, you got to take time to fight for it. Ain't nobody just gonna give you no history, give you nothing. They're gonna tell you what they want you to know. It's some things that's not on social media, it's not on Google. It's some things that you got to get out of a book.
Oh no, what I'm saying,
I know what you're saying, brother. I'm speaking, brother. I understand what you were saying. I understand what you're saying, but I'm telling you, if you want to take this thing to the next level, brother, the next level. When you listen, when you know a lot of things, brother, it puts you in rooms that you normally wouldn't be. You have this knowledge now. You have a knowledge, and that's what I'm saying, not just to you, to anybody.
Yeah, I respect that.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. Brother, listen, the best way to learn, get in them books, brother. Get in them books and just read, catch a book. And if it take you a year to read a book, that's okay. You read it. You're learning something.
Yeah.
You know, you got to learn about Black history. You're curious. So I'm your brother. I'm going to tell you. I didn't learn until I got in my 40s, brother. You know, I thought this is what I thought. I thought the white people supposed to be on the top and the Black people supposed to be on the bottom. That's what I thought. I'm telling you. That's the way I thought.
Yeah.
I thought that bad things supposed to happen to Black people and good things supposed to happen to white people. That's how it go. Everything about white people is good and fine. You know, that's the way I thought until I started reading and surrounding myself with people. Like, hold on, wait a minute. This ain't normal. See, when you're born into this world, it's normal because that's what you see and that's all you know. But once you unlearn to relearn, you're going to be in great shape, brother. People going to call for you. They're going to listen to you when you speak.
Yeah.
They're going to listen. They're going to listen to you, bro.
But you know the thing, man, when up and going to school, man, that, you know, I tell the young dude that work with me, like, even my daughter, when we were growing up and I was going to school, they weren't teaching about credit and all that. We didn't
of course not, brother.
Man.
Why would the oppressor teach you how to compete with him? Why would he do that? That don't make no sense.
Like, now I see the difference between now and then. Like,
right, of course. You're older.
Yeah, we didn't have no resources.
No, we didn't.
You know we didn't have social media, man. We didn't have. It was just a people, a payphone, and you rarely see.
Brother. We had books back then. You could read.
So,
we had books back then. We wouldn't read them. Who fault is that? Who fault is that for us not going to open up in the book and read? That's our fault.
Listen.
Brother, hold on. Hold it, brother. Hold it. I got to get you. Whose fault is that? Because a black man, when he gave you the right to read, you didn't pick up a book and read. Whose fault is that? Now we got all this information. We still smoking, we still drinking, we still broke, we still carrying on. So it's just as we don't even have this information. We can listen. We got so much information out here now, we can almost diagnose ourselves before we get to the doctor.
Yeah.
We can almost do that right now. We can look on the internet and say, we could just type in the question. We can go on Google. We can go on YouTube. It's the information that's out there, bro. We got to want it. The scripture said you got to knock and it be open. You got to ask and it shall be given. You got to seek and you shall find. This thing ain't just going to fall in our lap. Do you think all this power these white folks got, owning everything, controlling everything, you think they're going to give up their power because they feel sorry, they hate us in slavery? No, it don't work like that. You got to take power. Don't work like that. White folks, listen, they'd rather for us to be at the foot than them to be there. And black people, we're so ignorant that we think this is the way it's supposed to be. And I can't stand when they get on this, like, not you, and bragging on white people.
Oh, yeah, I see.
Everything these white folks got, they stole and killed and murdered for. They ain't never got nothing right. How you think they got this country? They ain't get this country praying to Jesus. They kill. They poison water, poison land. They turn boy against girl and man against woman, light skin against dark skin. They get this country. And they still doing the same tricks, and we falling for it. They putting a woman in a position of power so she can't respect her man. If any woman over here listen to me, if you basing a man power on his income, you in trouble. You're going to miss the mark. You have missed the mark. If you feel like can't no man tell you nothing, if he's not making in your income bracket, you have missed the mark. Seriously. Well, Martin, I'm 6 figures. And you 6 figures and you lonely. You 6 figures and you lonely. Your children out of whack. They crazy. They on all type of psych medicine. They out here shooting and killing people. But you 6 figures.
Yeah,
you don't need no man. You might not need one. What about your children? Men need to know who their father is. You get your identity through your father. You at least need to know, see him. Give your sons and daughters a chance to say, hey, I don't want to deal with my pop. Now, I know who he is now, but I don't like the lifestyle he in. Give them a chance. But see, I know them old dirty. Hold it, brother. Hold it. I know them old dirty secrets. You don't know who the fathers are to some of these children that you have. Because you were sleeping with this one and that one and this one and that one. And you feel shame. Oh, I know them dirty secrets. So in order to make yourself look good to your children, you tell them their father dead. He didn't want nothing to do with you. That's what you tell them. You decide to take matters in your own hand. Oh, I got to tell the truth and shame the devil.
Tell the truth.
I know why you
shame
not tell
the
them,
devil.
Father. Because you don't really know in your mind it's between 2 or 3 different people. And shame on you if you tell your daughter, well, Tony could be your father, Matthew could be your father, and Luke could be your father. Can you see a mother going up to that child, tell him it's a possibility that 3 of these men could be your father? They're not going to do that because they don't want their daughters and their sons looking at them a certain way. See, when these teenagers become adults, they'll be able to put it together. I know you don't want to hear this type of talk, but I
Yeah.
got to tell the truth. I got to. You telling these little kids their father dead. No, their father ain't dead. You just don't know who the father is because you was out there. That's
I like that.
that's what it was. He ain't dead. You telling the children, so you won't have to explain anything to him or her. So, young man, if you listen to me, young lady, you listen to me.
Yes, sir.
Where if your mama told you that your father is dead, ask her, well, where's his relatives at? Where's his brother at? If they don't want to tell you none of that, that means they lying to you. They are lying to you. So if you telling me my father's dead, hold on, brother. If my father's dead, well, where's his brother? Where's his side of the family at? Well, I don't talk to them. I don't communicate with them. I don't like them. You know something ain't right. Go ahead, my brother.
Martin, I asked something on there for you.
Go ahead.
They talking about the daddy dead. Cause these kids smart these days. My daddy dead. Well, why I'm not getting a Social Security check?
Yeah, exactly.
From my daddy's earnings from his job.
The only thing I ever, and I don't like to say that word hate about my dad, man. You know, he promised me something, and then, you know, like when, just say for instance, when you're drinking, you go tell all the lies when you drink. But when you're sober, you don't remember nothing you said. And I took my coworker to meet my dad. It's been a couple months ago. And I was telling my coworker, and we were around, I said, man, my dad said he gonna give me that old school car. And I was gonna take the car because that's the last car I think my dad put his heart into it. You know what I'm saying? So I was happy to get the car. So when we pulled up at my dad's house and we get out of the car, and I introduced my dad to my coworker. The first thing came out my dad's mouth before he could say, hey, how you doing? How was your day? He say, hey, man, you know more about that car right there for $3,000. Listen, man, when I tell you my heart dropped to my knees, man, I ain't saying that. God said, leave it alone. And I left it alone. So I waited probably like 3 to 4 days. And I got my dad on the phone. Then when I knew his mindset when I always developed, I said, hey, man, you remember that day you told me when you buy that new car, you will go give me that old school? Oh, dog, I don't remember telling you that, man. I don't remember that. But it hurted me so bad, I went to tell my little brother. And my little brother said, you know something, bro? He did me the same way. And I told my little brother, I said, he's been doing it all my life. But see, when you got a relationship with God, I been forgave him. I deal with him on the grace of God because I'm a child of God. So that's why I deal with him. I'm able to relate and respect him. I was just always taught, man, people something better than me. You know, I had growing up, I had friends that didn't have no dad or no mom. So I brought around my mom and my dad so they could see how it felt. You know, they were too far gone, you know, and it is, you know, I respect them and whatever. It was just the promising, you know, and they could have really made me hate it. But if I didn't have a relationship with God, guess what? It could have been on some, I really could have, like, it could have destroyed me if I didn't have a relationship with God. Every day before I walk out that door, I get on my knees and pray to that man, understand that man, God, man, he been God me ever since the day he gave me breath in my body. And everything I got in my life right now, man, God gave it to me. But when I was out there on my own trying to get it and do it, guess what? I can't keep it. But when I put my energy and my time into that man upstairs, guess what? I still got it. I paid some attention. I wasn't afraid. I put my pride to the side. And that's the thing nowadays, man. A lot of people pride in it. So what I was able to do, I just gave that problem to God.
Mhm.
So God said, leave that alone.
Okay,
And
preacher. We're gonna
yeah,
stop. I know you're testifying. We're
it's
gonna
all good.
yeah, okay.
It's all good.
All right. All right.
Hey, it was good calling the show, man.
Okay.
You one of the big ones out of Chicago, man, that I don't see on social media, man. Hopefully one day you come down to Atlanta, man, and I would love it. Man, I'd probably be the first one in the front row, man.
All
I would
right.
really love to see that.
Hey,
For
you,
real, man.
you
Like,
never know how
you
God
been like a
operates.
mentor to me.
Never
For
know
real,
how.
man. Like,
You never know,
I
brother.
mean,
You never know.
for real,
Yeah.
man.
All right.
I
We
was
go.
saying you come on the show and you said some
Right.
things, man, that helped me out. Yeah,
Right.
and I thank you for that, man.
Appreciate it.
God bless you, man.
God
And
bless you.
keep your head up and more power, man.
Yeah. We're gonna. All right, people. We're gonna end it right here.
All right.
Thank you, sir. We're gonna end it right here, people. We're gonna close out. We've been on here about an hour and a half, and I appreciate everybody. Appreciate my guests that called, my panel that called in, both here in Chicago and Atlanta. Thank you guys so much. I hope I've said something to motivate somebody, to cause somebody to turn from their bad ways into the right way. Hopefully. Sometimes you have to say it so plain that people can understand it. I don't want to send out mixed message on this show here. I want to make it plain where a baby can listen to us talk and make it plain. As a parent, as a grandfather, I have made mistakes in life. I have not done everything right. I would never get on this live and say my life has been perfect. I would never say that. But what I can claim is perfect love for my brother and sister. And how you know a person that love you, they can be truthful with you and to you. A person that love you will tell you the truth. In love now. In love. Because you know, sometimes people can have the truth and they real nasty with it. They nasty, they arrogant with it and all that. They can quote a mouthful of scriptures, but their attitude, their actions is ugly. The scripture said, don't let your good be evil spoken of. The brother said earlier, just in his program, he said he fall on his knees every day and ask the good Lord to help him guide himself. Ain't nothing wrong with that, brother. Nothing wrong with that. More of us need to do that and ask God to guide us, to help us, order our steps. And we probably would make some of the mistakes in life that we made. Some of these mistakes that I've made, you've made, and she have made could have been avoided if we only had to listen to the voice of God. See, don't go over there. Don't go over there. And we tell our man, it's going to be all right. I'm going to go on over there anyway. No, God tell, don't go over there. We wouldn't listen. We was defiant.
Yep.
A lot of people right now laying in the cemetery right now because they didn't listen to their voice that told them.
Yep.
They didn't listen to the voice. They didn't listen. And now they're paying for it right now. They no longer here in the land of the living. People, warning comes before destruction. Just that simple. That go for the rich, the poor, the blacks, the whites, the Hispanics, the Asians, the Latins, the Arabs. Don't care who you are. We all get equal amount of time in the day, 24 hours. The rich and the poor, the good and the bad. When God put the sun in the sky and it shines on us, even though some of us don't even believe in God, don't even acknowledge that there's a God. But guess what? He still make it rain on us He put the sun out. Listen, he gives us the sun. And we're living in a generation, people, that is so ungrateful. So ungrateful and forgetful. God owes us nothing, people. And I heard a preacher say one time, if God wipe out one state here in America, he's still righteous and he's still just. That's his nature. Just like he's a God of love, he can be a God of wrath and a God of discipline, and he is that. We can't continue.
So you're right.
We can't continue to walk around here and act like there's no God and deny it in our mind and say, forget God. We don't want to retain God in our knowledge. Well, Martin, that's your religion. You know, we use the word religious or religion. I'm not promoting no religion on here. I'm promoting God. When God tell you to do a thing, you have to do it. I have to do it. It's not easy coming before you people. Trust me. It's not even easy talking the way I talk. And trust me, I don't mean no harm, but I got to tell you the truth. If Martin Johnson get off, y'all got to check me. You got to check, say, Martin, I love you, but you did wrong. You got to check me so I can get back straight. I don't want to be on here giving out bad information, telling lies, pulling stunts. That ain't never been my makeup. It ain't about the money, people. Trust me. I like money. I like to spend it. But guess what? My integrity is better. I'd rather die with a good name, knowing that I help people, serve people, did right by people, than die with all this wealth and know that I wasn't no good. Didn't mean nobody no good. My own family members didn't mean them no good. And you got people out here like that, got plenty of money.
Yeah.
And they nasty. They're a dog. They low down. They evil. They hateful. They try to buy their way. They try to bribe people. But God got their number.
Mm-hmm.
Those riches that they have is only for temporarily. Once you check out of this life, it's over with. It's over.
Take it with you.
You can't take it with you. You're not going to take it with you. So I tell people, do what's right, and right will follow you. Thank y'all for so much for tuning in. I gotta go.
You already know what it is. Live, uncut, unedited. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
Now, brother, I don't know about you, but
I love being black. I love being black.
If a gay person can walk around here and say, this is who I am, this way God made me, why is it a problem for me saying,
I love being black?
One thing about me being black and a gay person being gay, he has an opportunity or she have an opportunity to be straight. Once you black, that's it. We don't have no other opportunity. That's what we are.
I love being black.
And that's the gospel truth. Can't no gay person come on this live and deny what I just said. They can't do it. You have an option to change your sexual preference. But as being black, you have no option. You are this. This is what you are.
There?
That's what it is, Sarge.
See, Martin, what you understand that a lot of people don't understand is this. You understand the truth is like rain. And rain don't give a damn who it fall on.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
I'm out of here, people. Thank you, Sarge. I'm out of here.